Hello guys. We are going to talk today about characters as we read Picture Day Perfection again. So you're going to want to have in front of you your My Book. We're looking at page 84 where Picture Day Perfection starts. Today we're going to be talking about the characters or the character in the story. Characters are the people or animals in a story. External traits are what we see about them. Internal traits are thoughts, words, and feelings. So you're going to be doing this activity here in just a minute. So I want to go ahead and explain to you so that you can be thinking about what you need to listen for as we read the story. Pages 91 through 94. What words would you use to describe the boy? Why did you choose those words? Pages 98 through 99. What is surprising about what happens in this part of the story? What does the boy's reaction tell you about him? So I want to review this character chart. External traits are what we see on the outside. The character's hair, their color, the length of their hair, their clothing, maybe what kind or color they're wearing, their height, facial expressions, or actions. Internal traits are their thoughts and words, their feelings, and what we learn. Their personality shows through their thoughts, words, and feelings. So just be thinking about that as we reread Picture Day Perfection. So make sure you have this out in front of you. And I'm going to read straight through this time without stopping. I planned for months. This was going to be the year of the perfect school picture. But some days not everything goes according to plan. The day started with the worst case of bedhead ever. Exhibit A, front view. Exhibit B, side view. Exhibit C, back view. Exhibit D, the look on my brother's face when he saw my hair. Then it took me quite some time to unearth my favorite shirt. I finally found it at the very bottom of the hamper. You might call it stained. You might call it wrinkled. You might even call it smelly. You wouldn't be wrong. Breakfast was Picture Day pancakes, a family tradition. This year's festivities involved a small syrup disaster. More accurately described as a large syrup disaster, and it occurred exactly as the bus pulled up. I had a feeling we'd be getting a new family tradition. On the bus, I got into a small bit of trouble. Make that a large bit of trouble. The bus driver made me sit in the seat right behind him for the rest of the ride. By the time I got into school, my Picture Day face was fixed in a scowl. In class, Mrs. Smith collected our photo order forms. Do you think my mom checked emerald green for the photo background, or peacock blue, or pizzazzy purple? No. Once again, of all the backgrounds in the world, Mom checked snoring, boring, traditional gray. No one gets traditional gray, except for me. And it just so happens to be the only color in the world that makes my favorite shirt disappear. All but the stains and the wrinkles. After that, the teacher had us all stand up and practice our Picture Day smiles. Personally, I thought we needed a little something to get us in the Picture Day mood. Whoops, got myself in trouble. Again. Luckily, I get to rejoin the class for art. Art involved quite a lot of paint. Or at least it did for me. Finally, it was time to line up for our photos. Ned, just in front of me, got the last complimentary plastic comb. I watched as classmate after classmate smiled for the camera. I got queasy listening to everybody say cheese. I can't stand cheese. The more I thought about, the mere thought of it turns me green, deeply green, and just as my face reached its most awful pea green shade, it was my turn. I stepped forward. I sat down on the stool. It was as hard as a rock and cold as an iceberg. Just a sec, the photographer said, as he fiddled with the camera knobs. As I sat and waited, everything that had happened rushed through my mind. The monstrous messes, the muddles and the mix-ups, the whole day from the moment I'd rolled out of bed had gone. Perfectly! Even better than planned. This year, I was finally going to have the perfect school picture. And that's when I heard a click. In a flash, all my hard work, my perfectly tangled hair, my perfectly rumpled shirt, my perfectly sticky face, my perfectly composed scowl, that perfect boring background, those perfect paint splatters, that perfect sickly pallor, wasted, useless, ruined, in a moment of weakness, by an unexpected smile. Mom says it's my best picture ever. But just wait until she sees next year's. So just a reminder, you're going to be answering these questions about picture day perfection. From pages 91 to 94, what words would you use to describe the boy, and why did you choose those words? So you're going to make sure that you're going to want to make sure you go back to those pages in the text. Pages 98 to 99, what is surprising about what happens in this part of the story? What does the boy's reaction tell you about him? So again, you're going to need to go back into the text to dig up the answers to these questions. You want to make sure you use good second grade sentences in your writing. See you soon.